What up, fam? It's your girl Vita. Hey, how you doing? And I'm coming to you with another video today because I'm feeling pretty productive. And I thought this was an interesting topic. I want to make sure that the videos that I do aren't always just about like polyamorous like ideologies and concepts, but are also kind of practical too. That have some kind of practical how-tos about how to live polyamorously. And one of the things that I hate in polyamory that you find in the polyamory community is the classism. So, especially in the Black polyamorous community, a lot of the language surrounding polyamory is, well, you have to have money. And a lot of the public face of poly is very affluent. It's usually affluent, kind of pretty white people. Um, and so there's this kind of notion that, you have to be affluent or, like basically like you can't be poly in the projects. Okay. But I'm here to say that you can absolutely be poly in the projects, okay? You can be poly in the trailer park. You can be poly on Section 8. Polyamory is a relationship orientation. It has to do with how you relate to others. It has nothing to do with your financial situation. While, finances make polyamory easier, finances make life easier. That's true for any person and anything that you're trying to do. Having more money just paves the way and makes things a lot easier. I hate how much classism there is in polyamory. And so I thought this was a really cute kind of like video to do. Just because I'm a super cheap date. I don't like to spend a lot of money. Number one, I don't have a lot of money. Right now, I got laid off from my job in February. I worked at Barnes & Noble for about 3 years, and then they had a round of layoffs, and I just happened to be one of the people that got laid off. So right now, we're on one income. And while we have enough to have our needs met, and maybe have a little bit of wiggle room, it's not nearly as much wiggle room as it was when I was working, but we are nowhere near affluent. We have 3 children in San Diego. We live in an apartment. The struggle is all the way real. Plus, I'm just not an avaricious person. I'm not prone to avarice or, I don't need a whole lot. So I feel like I'm pretty simple with my, pleasures. And so I wanted to do this video of cheap date ideas. So if you find yourself polyamorous or wanting to look for cheap ways to connect with your loves, because I am a cheap date and I like having cheap dates. I don't like to spend a lot of money when I go out. So I like to party on a dime. Because that's all I usually have to party with. So I jotted down some cheap date ideas just to pass that on. So the library is an excellent place to go on a date. I am a book nerd. I love books. I love to read. So I love going to the library. I literally get like a feeling of giddiness when I walk into the library. So the library is an excellent place to go on a date. Museums, a lot of the museums in your city, especially for residents. I know here in San Diego, the museums that we have here in Balboa Park, they do like a residence free Tuesday where different museums are free on different Tuesdays of the month if you live in the area. So check your local museums and see if they have like free days where you can go to the museum for free. Those are great dates. Play a game of basketball. Do something active. So I lost 160 pounds over the last 2 years. I am all about activity. So going hiking, let's go play a game of ball, let's go for a walk, let's go do some yoga. I am all about going on dates so that we're not just eating. So much of our socializing centers around eating. And if you're a person who's trying to get away from that or trying to move away from that, activity dates are amazing. So grab a basketball, go to your local park, play a game of basketball, go for a hike. Like I said, I love hiking. I love getting out in nature. Where my boyfriend lives, this is beautiful, out in the mountains. And I love getting a chance to go out there and hike and see the nature. So hike is a great date. I went on a hike date recently with someone and it went really well. It was awesome. We had a good time. A picnic. Go on a picnic in a park, pack a couple sandwiches, get yourself a blanket. And I actually find that the cheaper dates are actually the ones where you really get to know a person because you get time to talk, especially if you were to go to a concert or a movie or, dinner. You don't really get a chance to talk, but in the cheaper dates, I usually find that you get more of an opportunity to talk to the person. So I actually think the cheaper dates are a lot more fun. So yeah, definitely you can go to a picnic. That's a cheap date. Farmers markets are a great date to go on and super cheap. You can walk around, look at the different booths, see the different things that they have to offer. Usually the food options there aren't that expensive. So farmers markets are excellent dates and very cheap ones. Go for a scenic drive. I love driving. I love to drive. So you can just pile in the car, take a drive. It's a great opportunity to talk, listen to music. I love going for a drive. It's an excellent date. Take a walk. Get a couple of cups of coffee and just go for a walk downtown or in a very pretty area in your neighborhood or where you live. Look at the houses and stuff. That's a great date. Ice cream is a super cheap date. And I love ice cream. Ice cream is like my kryptonite. So ice cream is a really, really cheap date to have. And so I like going for ice cream date. Do a board game date. So provided you're comfortable with the person being in your house, and it doesn't even need to be in your house, you can take it to a park. You can get a board game, get chess, checkers, Connect Four, get a bunch of board games and do a board game date. I love playing board games. I love playing cards. So those are really great dates. Netflix and chill. We talk so much shit about Netflix and chill, but Netflix and chill is my shiz, okay? I love me some Netflix and chill. So like I said, provided you feel comfortable with the person being in your home and you feel comfortable being in their home, Netflix and chill is a dope-ass date to me. I don't know why people talk so much shit about Netflix and chill, because I love Netflix and chill. And you can like go ahead, or even say, hey, like I'm going to introduce you to a movie, and then you introduce me to a movie, and you look and you pick it up, and then you guys can watch the movie together. That's a really cheap date. Pick a recipe and cook it together. That's also a cheap date. Like I said, provided you're comfortable with the person being in your home, you guys can pick a recipe, something that you both like, and cook it together. I love, love, love cooking with my husband. It's one of my favorite pastimes for us to do. So that's an excellent cheap date idea. Rent a bike and ride it around town. So, they have all those bike rentals now where you can rent the bikes. I think it's like a couple of dollars an hour. And you both can just rent a bike and just ride it around your town. You getting some exercise. It's an activity date. It's a good way for you to get out and kind of see your community and also spend time together and not spend that much money. Take a class together at a community school. A lot of community schools offer free and low cost classes to take. And learn a new skill. So that's a really cheap date to do, and you might find that you both find something to do that you enjoy. So that's a super cheap date idea. Volunteer somewhere. Volunteer at a soup kitchen, volunteer at an animal shelter, volunteer at an animal or nature preserve. But find a way to volunteer together. That way you're doing something for the community, so you're feeling good about that. And then also you're getting a chance to kind of interact with this person and kind of see how they interact with other people. So that's a good one. Karaoke. Karaoke is usually pretty cheap. Mostly, you just buy a drink and go get your sang on. So I love karaoke. I used to do karaoke all of the time. So karaoke is a super cheap date idea and a lot of fun. And then Groupon. Groupon has amazing deals. Me and Kevin went to Salerno Winery in Ramona for like $18. We each got 4 wine tastings each, and it was on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful winery. And they have like all these sculptures. They have this like beautiful sculpture collection, and it was like $9 a person. So Groupon usually has some amazing deals on like really cool activities and things that you can do. And so I would definitely recommend that. But anyways, those are cheap date ideas that are either low cost or no cost. Things that you can do to connect with your loved ones and connect with potential new partners and not feel like you have to break the bank, because polyamory can get expensive. The more partners you have, the more you're going out and seeing people, and the more money you're spending. But it doesn't have to be if you are mindful, you have tools. You know what to do. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go. I actually have a date today with Jesse. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and knock down the classism in polyamory, man. You can be poly in the projects, boo. You can be poly in the projects, boo. Okay, so that has nothing to do with how you romantically relate, okay? So the full spectrum of the human experience should be available to all of us, okay? So we all should be able to live our authentic lives, no matter what our race are, what our religion is, what our gender is, what our class is, okay? At any rate, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Kisses. Happy Tuesday, and happy birthday to my sister. It's my sister's birthday today. Taurus season in the building. So happy birthday to all of my Tauruses out there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.